born in Moundsville, West Virginia, 1923. I was member of the First Christian Church, which was the Disciples of Christ. And back then, in the Disciples of Christ, you didn't become a member until you were 14 years old. Then you were baptized, you were dunked in a tub of water. I grew up in a family that was pro-Christian. They were very, very strong in their Christian faith. And then, come 1941, graduated from high school in May of 1941, and got a job at a I'm trying to think what it is, at a defense plant up in Ohio. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, I was registered for the draft, and I worked up there in this defense plant for about, I say January of 42, 43. I came back to Moundsville, and we got tired of waiting to be called for the service, so I went ahead and volunteered. That was in March of 1943. We were assigned to a reconnaissance company, and what I didn't have any real combat training, but I did have to carry a carbine, which we went out on patrols into various parts of Belgium and Germany. We could hear in the distance where the Germans were getting ready for the what is known now as the Battle of the Bulge. It all came as a surprise. None of our companies were ready for that. But anyway, it took us by surprise on December the 16th in 1944 is when they attacked us, and our people, the members in our company, were scattered about. Fortunately, I was picked up after I got hit with a German 88, shrapnel from a German 88 in my eyes and parts of my body. Fortunately, I was picked up by one of our people, taken back to a field hospital, from a field hospital back to a hospital in Paris. But by that time, the Allies had reoccupied France and Paris. And there was, of course, all injured, wounded veterans were given the Purple Heart, which is something I didn't want, but I got it. Going back to Moundsville, where I was after I was discharged, went to Moundsville, and 2 or 3 or 4 of my friends who had been discharged, we didn't know what to do with ourselves. So we said, well, why don't we just go to college? We had this GI Bill. So we visited, we went to West Virginia University, went to Bethany College, West Liberty College, just to check them out, Ohio State University. And I don't know, we just weren't satisfied with any of them. So a good friend of mine said, let's go down and see what's down at Marshall. Okay, it was Marshall College, and I had a GI Bill. Okay, and went to, and went to Marshall, went to Huntington, and the next day, after getting information, we signed up at Marshall. So that's it was on the GI Bill, and I got through the courses at Huntington at that time at Marshall in about three and a half years, and that's where I met my wife, my future wife, Rosie. She was already a student at Marshall, and so we after maybe a year or so, maybe off and on dancing, and going to some dances, and going to different social affairs. Um, in the spring of 1949, we were engaged. Summer 49, we were married. In 1949, and that lasted, naturally, as you know, for 50 years. Rosie died in 99, September of 99, and all that time, as I say, she was already a member of a Swam church over on the west side, Swam, which is no longer there. The interstate took it. So at that time, Village Chapel was beginning to get more or less enough members to be able to build a church. So that's when Village Chapel was built in 51 or 52. And we had tried, of course, after Swam, we sort of tried Ruffner, and got all Presbyterian, and so I said, let's go up and see what's going on up at Village Chapel. So we liked it, so there we were, charter members of Village Chapel. I don't know where I think I'm the only one left.
You are.
Yeah. Anyway, became active in Village Chapel, and somebody had found out at Marshall I'd taken accounting. Okay, about a year after that, I said, you could probably do the treasurer's job, couldn't you? I said, I don't know whether I can do that or not. So I accepted it as assistant treasurer. Well, they made me a deacon. I was a deacon then. We had deacons back in those days. And so I took the job as assistant treasurer. And from that time on, I was involved in the financial transactions of all Village Chapel. I was assistant treasurer to treasurer. And let's see, after that, of course, in the meantime, I was, like I say, we had deacons back then. But I'd served a couple of terms as a deacon. Then throughout the years, I became a member. I became a elder, which I served probably, I know, at least 4 times, 3-year terms. And since then, in addition to that, I was served as an usher, probably from 1952 to probably a couple of years ago. As a steward, and a believer in God, that I'm sure He put me here to do something to help people, and to make this world a little bit better than what it is. Well, it goes back. Well, I was back school probably in the 50s. I was a basketball coach, helped with the basketball team, and ushering. I love that. I like to do that, to meet the people, and I guess probably that's about it.